part, terrible.
That's definitely going in the video.
Oh no!
Hey Scott, just pay attention to that last second there.
Right in my truck.
Day one, we split up. The powder hounds went off to the same place we were actually at in the spring ride. The conditions were great. There's lots of good elevation, deep snow, not too many tree holes, but there's plenty of stucks to be had. On the way up there, Troy managed to get stuck in the middle of the trail. Not sure how he pulled that off. He says kill switch, I say loser.
Finally I'm free, and I'll never look back. Watch my past, it all fades to black. And my future never looked better. From the old me, it's a suicide letter. My life, my hopes, my dreams. These lies, these evil schemes.
We decided to do Saguenay because we're a little concerned about some rain coming later this week. We were afraid the powder might be gone if we waited until too late in the week.
Cause I burn in the night and I turn to the light. Now I'm earning the right to breathe, and I'm starting to see the truth revealed in front of me. All the people you trying to be.
I got stuck, Jay got stuck, and then that took us a while to get those two sleds dug out.
I think Scott definitely got stuck today, and yeah, that was...
We got in a little later than we planned on for lunch. We were still there before noon.
Met up with the rest of the guys for lunch at Relay Notchway.
Still no rest cause I know that they creeping, know they scheming.
By the time we got out, we were short on time in our afternoon, even though we tried to do an early lunch. We did some off-trail riding right near the entrance to Saguenay, actually. Almost everybody was out there. I think almost all the sleds were out.
There's a lot of powder. We got up into this small little field where I got to get up in the powder and have a little more experience, and that was fun to get a little knowledge on what to do in the powder.
Crazy log pile. A couple of the guys went up on it. I tried to get up on it, almost fell off, so that was exciting. Carl and Troy went up this hill, and I followed after them.
Yeah, he got stuck pretty good. He parallel parked a snowmobile between a bunch of trees at high speed, mind you, and didn't hurt himself or the snowmobile. So that takes talent and practice. Don't you kids at home think that you can just go out and do that and pull that off, because that doesn't happen like that. Good morning. This is Dashboard Confessionals with Troy Michaud. I'm your host, and the stories you may hear, I don't know. So, this year's wicked high tech, right? We got all these lights. You see the lights? You see the lights? We got lights over here, we got lights over here, we got a mic over there. We've got hanging foxtails and rabbit feet, quail. Don't forget, I mean, we are in the middle of Quebec. So good morning everyone, this is Troy. This is day 2, the morning of, and actually this morning started out really nice until I got in the shower and ran out of hot water. Didn't go over too well. Well, it did for most of me, and I don't need coffee this morning anymore, but there's parts of me I haven't seen since then, and I might not for a few more hours until things warm up, if you know. yeah, here we are, beginning of day 2. Had a little snafu with my, I like that word. I actually stole it from Scott. Scott uses snafu a lot. I like it. So, had a snafu with my sled at 80.1 miles per hour, says my handy GPS. Blew a track, and it took us a little bit to get it back together. I actually blew a belt. Funny because 2 years ago, I blew a belt and a track. This year, so far, day 1, just a belt. Let's hope it stays that way.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail. I'm the man.
We had a few guys that needed gas. After tanking up, we went to one of the peaks.
I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the
We went up into the Zec. We took the Bras Louis and crossed over to the Relay and Actuate on that trail.
The goal was to get the whole crew up to the top of what we call Find Me Hill. It's called that because Alex threw a waypoint in at this top of this hill a couple of weeks ago and said, let's go find this.
Day 2, we really tried to lose somebody.
We realized we didn't know where Alex was.
We had some trouble with our trail management system.
A little bit of a snafu in our organization.
Which is why when Alex stopped to take a pee, we left him and had to get the radios out and find out where we had left him.
I was kind of zipping along and still on single track. I leaned away from this stick that was pointing out in the middle of the trail, which pulled my whole sled into the softer snow and me completely off the trail, headed towards a pretty steep ravine. A fistful of brakes stopped me, which was good. However, I was quite stuck, with nobody around to help me.
Hey, let the bullets fly, let them rain. My life, my love, my time, it came from. Hey, burn me up, you burn me up, believer, believer. Third things third, send a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. I was choking in the crowd, building my rain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings they would drown, but they never did. Ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke open and rained down. It rained down like. Hey, burn me up, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, let the bullets fly, let them rain. My life, my love, my drive, it came from. Hey, burn me up, you burn me up, believer, believer. Last days last by the grace of the fire and the flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. But they never did, ever lived, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like. Hey, burn me up, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, burn me down, you burn me up, believer, believer. Hey, let the bullets fly, let them rain. My life, my
we have one more day of our trail pass up in the Zec, so that's where we're headed. Eric's got a good plan for some trails we haven't ever done before up in there, some backcountry riding. Should be interesting.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Kids were laughing in my classes while I was scheming for the masses. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star. They say you're basic, they say you're easy. You're always riding in the backseat. Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleeds. Thunder, 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 thunder.
That afternoon, Carl and Troy decided they wanted to head back into Hillville from day one and rip that up. And as much as Jay and I would have liked to have been able to do that, we didn't want to end up stuck somewhere up there and miss our call. So he and I split off.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder.
After lunch, we went further up into the Zec. Went some uncharted trails. They were listed on my GPS as a trail, but by the time we got to them, they've been grown up, and it was a gnarly mess that we got into. We had fun.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder, feel the thunder.
Pretty clear we were going to get stuck, so we decided to turn around. That would be the prudent thing to do. We're a long ways from anything. And so we started turning the sleds around. It took us quite a while to do it. We had to turn 8 sleds around on single track.
Thunder, 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 thunder.
Day 4. Day 4 was the first day we did not go into the Saguenay Way. We didn't even ride sleds today, really, because it rained all day long. And we decided to head to the sled shop to look at some sleds at Villeneuve, so that was fun. And then we got some suggestions for lunch at TripAdvisor.com. as well as Villeneuve's service guy, and they both agreed that the number 2 place to go was this brewery. It was pretty good. We had a lot of beers and good food. We had a good time there, and then went to Walmart, spent $100 on some poker chips, some eating chips, some bulk food. It was all pretty good. Yeah, we played poker for like 5 hours, and I won. And then Roger decided to play his favorite game of luck at the end, and I lost all the money that I had won in 5 minutes. And then Scott won as much money as I won in 5 hours in 1.5 minutes. That's just the way it goes. Day 5, but 4 of riding. We headed out. We headed east this time, out to the Mount Valin area, since the higher elevation should mean a little bit better conditions. We're expecting to go down and see the trails were a total wreck, and we get onto the trail and they just look like normal trails, nothing wrong with them. Kind of surprised. So we thought, well, we'll give it a try. Let's go out, go for a little ride. St. Margaret, back up to the peak up there. Scott had kind of an interesting episode where he discovered Facebook Live and acted like a child, a goofy, ignorant child with his silly little video.
Here's Dad. Dad, say hi. We're live on Facebook because we can. Why not? Right. When have we ever had cell reception up here? Scotty.
Hey.
There's Scotty. Scotty doesn't have Facebook, but now he's going to need to. Hey, I have somebody watching. Steve, how you doing? That's awesome. I actually have somebody He gave me a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up, man.
Yay, Scott has friends.
I have friends who are on Facebook.
At work?
Norm's here. I have 2 friends watching me live. Now I know why people do this. This is awesome.
So I pushed him in the snow because that's the appropriate thing to do with that.
lover's got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want the good life every good night, you're a hot one to hold. Cause you don't even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Somebody save your soul cause you've been sinning in the city. I know too many troubles, all these lovers got you losing control. You like a drug to me, a luxury, my sugar and gold. I want your sex and your affection when they're holding you close. Cause you don't even know I can make your hands clap. Said I can make your hands clap. Every night when the stars come out,